You get ready to go out. You look in the mirror a little longer than usual. Your outfit is fine. Nothing is wrong. But still, a small thought appears. Will anyone notice? Not in a desperate way. Just quietly, like you're waiting for something small to confirm something bigger. And if nobody says anything, nothing breaks, but something inside you still shifts. And that's where the question begins. Why does something so small feel so important? To understand this, imagine something. You are building a house, not a physical one. A version of your life. Your identity. Who you are becoming. But there's a problem. You were never given a blueprint. No instructions. No finished example of what you are supposed to look like. So you start building anyway. Slowly. Uncertainly. And every now and then, you stop. You look around, and you ask people, does this look right? Am I doing okay? Their reactions become your signals. A nod feels like direction. Silence feels like uncertainty. The psychology bridge. Psychology has a name for this. It's called reflected appraisal. It means we build our self-image by observing how others respond to us. In a way, you don't directly know who you are. You infer it. Through reactions, through tone, through attention or the lack of it, which means something strange happens. Other people become mirrors for your identity, but they aren't perfect mirrors. They are fragmented, incomplete. Why it feels so strong? Evolution wired us for this. For most of human history, you didn't survive alone. Belonging to a group meant safety. Being excluded meant danger. Your brain adapted to treat social uncertainty as an urgent threat. Neuroscience shows that social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. So when someone ignores you, your brain doesn't see it as neutral. It sees it as possible danger. That's why the silence feels heavy. Even when logic says it shouldn't. The modern loop. Bring that system into the modern world, and the cycle intensifies. You post something. You speak. You exist in a room, and your brain begins scanning. What got a reaction? What didn't? What was noticed? What was ignored? This is reinforcement learning. Behaviors followed by reward signals get strengthened. So slowly, you adjust, not consciously. But quietly, you start leaning toward what gets a response, and away from what doesn't. The real reason validation feels addictive. Here is the key point most people miss. Validation doesn't feel good because it adds something to you. It feels good because it removes uncertainty. It answers the question your brain keeps asking. Asterisk, am I okay here? Do I belong? When someone compliments you, your brain doesn't just hear words. It temporarily closes that uncertainty loop. That's why it feels like relief. Not excitement. Relief. But the problem is, it never stays closed for long. Why it never feels enough? Because the house is still unfinished. And the blueprint still doesn't exist. Even if someone approves of you today, your brain resets tomorrow. And it starts checking again. Not because something is wrong, but because uncertainty always returns when there is no fixed answer. Your internal sense of where you stand is always updating, always moving. The shift. But at some point, something changes. You realize everyone else is also building their own house. No one has a finished version. No one has a perfect blueprint. The people you're asking for direction? They are also guessing, also adjusting, also uncertain. They are just doing it in different ways. Their reactions aren't final judgments. They are just reflections of where they are in their own process. The final idea, the question finally changes shape. It stops being, am I building this correctly for them? And becomes, can I live inside what I'm building? Psychology suggests that the brain is always trying to reduce social uncertainty. But external feedback was never meant to define you. It was only meant to guide you. Once you understand that, validation stops feeling like truth. It starts feeling like what it always was. Just information, not identity. Closing. Maybe you were never supposed to build a life that looks right to everyone else. Maybe you were only supposed to build one that feels like home when everything gets quiet.